Shanti, and warm welcome to the Murli revision of the Murli of 22nd of January 1982, in which the Supreme Being, the Supreme Soul, speaks to the soul. Supreme Being being a point of light, and the soul being a point of light. So we consciously bring our attention inwards when we listen to the words, and we try to feel and understand what they mean for the one that is bodiless, imageless, invisible, and inaudible. So Supreme Being is not talking to the body, to the physical body, but to the point of light. Let's hear a bit and revise a bit the Murli of today.
Om Shanti. All of you are unique. Due to one or another speciality, you are all special souls. You have the uniqueness of your speciality. This is why the Father is proud of you. All of you are special souls. In the same way, do you consider yourself to have the happiness of your unique birth? Your uniqueness, your spirituality, and of being a master, almighty authority. This happiness is such that it finishes all types of weaknesses. Therefore, the main way to bid farewell to all weaknesses for all time is to congratulate yourself and everyone else for the special part of being special souls. What do you do when it is a special day or when someone accomplishes a special task? You congratulate that person, do you not? You give congratulations to one another. Every day is a special day in the whole cycle, and you are the special actors of the special age. This is why every action of you special souls is unique. That is, every action is special. Therefore, constantly congratulate yourself and one another.
Thank you. In this passage, a lot of emphasis has been put on the word special. You are a special soul. You are unique. You are precious. You have a speciality and a quality. You have a speciality and a quality. And the reason why the divine being, why the Supreme Soul is bringing our attention to this is because otherwise one might have low self-esteem. One might think less about themselves. One might say, well, what do I have? I don't have anything. Why should I be here? There is nothing special about me. So by seeing the qualities in ourselves, by seeing why we are here, why we are helping the Supreme Being in a way with his great task, we can gain back again our self-respect, our self-honor. And another point is that when we see our own qualities, our own speciality, it can be something like I'm a peaceful being. I bring peace wherever I go, or I have an easy nature. I can collaborate with everyone, or I'm a cooperative soul, or maybe I'm a compassionate soul and I can give love to everyone. whatever it is, if we can see it and we can accept it as a gift from the divine, we can also automatically see specialities in others. We can also appreciate qualities in others. And by doing so, we end all the weaknesses. It's been said in this Murli, what are the weaknesses? Weaknesses are comparisons. Weaknesses are competition with others. Weaknesses are criticizing ourselves internally or criticizing others externally. All of that will vanish because our focus is on seeing uniqueness of ourselves and others. Another thing is to not see this spiritual path or to not see this knowledge as ordinary, like as something mundane that you do every day. It's very special to be engaged with something that is so elevated, so positive, so pure, so clean. So when I'm thinking about these things, I should be having goosebumps. I should get intoxication. I should get enthusiasm and motivation. Those are the feelings that we want to encourage in ourselves and we can use as a check-in point. Yes, go ahead, please.
Similarly, you have conquered anger. But when you see a particular trait of personality of a soul, you yourself come down from your stage of an embodiment of knowledge and try to move away from that soul. This is because your stage fluctuates when you see that soul or come into contact with him. Trying to move away from someone on seeing his nature is a form of dislike, and that is also a trace of anger. Just as you stay away from the fire of anger so that you're not burnt, so this subtle dislike that makes you move away is also like a trace of the fire of anger. The royal words used for this are, instead of my stage being spoiled, it is better for me to move away. To become detached is one thing, but moving away is something else. It is right to be loving and remain detached. However, to have a subtle form of dislike feeling, this one is like that, he is never going to change, is cursing a soul in a subtle way for all time. Remain safe, but don't give that soul a final certificate.
Yeah, another beautiful passage from the Supreme to us, the beings of light. And the topic, one of the weaknesses, uh, is anger. And anger has many forms and many ways that's been expressed. The grosser forms of anger we might see them in ourselves and we might see it in others. But and the grosser forms of anger are of course agitation, frustration, irritation. We can see that. But something small, as it was mentioned in the example, like someone is having a certain nature and the self is moving away from that personality, we're moving away from them, it means that there are some subtle forms of anger still there. We're not in harmony with our own nature and with the nature of the other person. There is some kind of dislike about the other person. And sometimes spirituality is being seen by mistake like that. People think like, well, I have to detach from this and this. I have to go away from my household in order to be with the divine, or in order to focus on myself. And specifically in this passage, the Supreme Being is saying, well, being detached is a matter of being detached in your mind and being detached from the negativity, but not moving away physically from people or disliking them. So for that, we need to also revise for ourselves, how am I acting when someone is not to my agreement, to when someone is not acting as I would like them to? Am I moving away physically from them? And am I moving away because I don't like something in them? Or is there something else that I can learn? Because there's always something that we can learn in a spiritual context from each and every situation. And this particular situation with anger is one of them.
Yes, what can be useful in dealing with your feelings is a very unique power, which is called the power to merge, the power of love, the power that an ocean has. When an ocean receives rubbish, the ocean will not throw it back. It will merge into the depths of the ocean. And with this power of love, realizing that you are a soul and others are also souls. When you look at a human being, you will see their behavior. When you are so engaged, so interested in the spiritual dimension, then you see souls. And you cannot really be upset with anyone or step away from anyone. The power of accommodating whatever happens, knowing that you are always safe, knowing that everyone is benevolent. They are eternal souls that are playing their parts. And there are two beliefs that can help you. One belief that is making you dislike others and step away from them is that this one will never change. And that is a very powerful thought that will reach the other soul and will make them fall even more. When someone is at need, when someone behaves with anger, it means they don't have power, they are not happy. They don't need someone else to push them even lower than that. They need some help to recover their energies, their self-respect, like you described. So your thought can be very powerful. So why not change your thought, your belief, that you can like everything and everyone? And that will also deal with little attachments. I like only this one, I don't like that one, this is my best friend, that one is not a friend. The spiritual knowledge would say, start playing with a belief that I, the soul, am loved by all souls, and I, the soul, love all souls. It's a world of love. Would you like to share?
Thank you so much, Baba, for all this knowledge that you give us to help us manage our day-to-day life and interactions with all souls. As you said, if we are seeing ourselves as souls and the other individual or individuals as souls, then we recognize our own specialities, our own beautiful qualities, and we see the others in the same light. Whatever glasses we are wearing, whatever color the glass has, we see the world with those glasses. And the other important thing which I've heard is when there is an energy coming out, we can either absorb that energy, we can transform that energy, and we can radiate God's energy which is coming through us to the other individual, rather than absorbing the energy that the other person is giving. And the other thing is, why do we feel annoyed, irritated, angry, move away? Because we are forgetting what powers we have and what powers we have been giving. And also because we have this desire, ichha matram avidya, meaning it is not right, it is not wise to have desires. We desire a certain behavior from them, a certain manner from them, which is why we get annoyed and irritated. So this is one of the roots of anger and irritation. So let us all remember our Supreme Soul and empower ourselves with His energy and be able to radiate and transform that energy all around us. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
Would you like to suggest a practice for today?
My practice would be to try and take myself up and above to Him whenever there are situations which we feel are not desirable. In fact, we shouldn't see that as undesirable. In fact, I should see that as a mirror about where my stage is. But try to fly to Baba as much as possible so that I can recharge myself and give that energy out to all.
Thank you. We will meet again tomorrow at the same time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.